Hello, and welcome to Philip Brown's Computer Networking Lab. You're watching the instructional video called Internet Information Service Overview. Here we are on Web Server 1. Let's install the web server on this server. We'll open up the Server Manager. And click on the Roles and Features. We've been through this wizard before, so let's quickly go through it because we have a lot to do. We'll scroll down to Web Services IIS, which stands for Internet Information Service. Here's some additional features that we can choose from. Let's take a quick look at it. There are numerous choices. We can choose the FTP server, but we'll do that in a future video. Okay, let's install the web server. Okay, let's open up the Internet Information Service Manager and use this tool. First, I want to take a look at the features on it. I'll expand the selection in the navigation pane. We can see the computer name is called Web Server 1. And they have application pools and sites underneath it. Inside the sites container, there is a default website. Let's look at the options under the Web Server 1. This first one will allow us to control the authentication for the website. The anonymous authentication will allow us to create websites that do not require usernames and passwords. We can set the compression for website scripts so that it does not take as much space going across the network. And here we have the default document list, so that if a specific file is not pointed to inside of the internet address bar, it will automatically try to choose one of these. We have the ability to allow the Internet Information Service website to show the directory of a website if one of the default files that we just seen is not chosen. This is a security risk if we allow it, because a hacker can see what files we have inside of our website. And this allows us to modify our error pages that would normally come up when there's a problem sending a web page to the client. And this will allow us to control how errors are logged by the Internet Information Service. These are the MIME types that controls how some extensions are dealt with. And here's request filtering that allows us to block certain things like file extensions of a certain type or specific URLs. And this allows us to import certificates or to request new certificates that we can get from a third party. We can also create our own self-signed certificates. I'll create one right now because I want to use it later on. I'll call it Test Cert and use it for web hosting. This will come in handy when we set up the SSL or the secure socket layer. And these are worker processes, which are almost like individual work processes from the task manager. They are used in the application pools. The Internet Information Service Manager has the ability to isolate each website work process using the application pools. And below here at the bottom, we have 3 icons that are used for controlling the Internet Information Service Manager itself. Now let's take a look at the websites. Here we already have the default website that was created automatically. Notice it has the SSL setting, but since we're not using any certificates at the moment, it's grayed out. Let's create a folder that we can use to make a new website. I will give it the name of my website, philipbrown.us. I'll create a web page that we can use to look at later. I will use one of the default web pages that we saw earlier. I'll call it index.htm. Okay, now let me add the website. First, I'll give it a name so I can recognize it in the list. And now I'll point it to the website that I just created. We could either use normal HTTP or the secure HTTP. I could choose to specify the IP address, but I'll just use the default. I'm going to type in the name of my website. We can see that it created the Philip Brown website. We're going to take a closer look at it in the next video. We have just taken a look at the Internet Information Service Manager. In the next video, we will explore how we can use this tool to actually create websites. I hope this video has been informative, and I thank you for viewing.